Okay, good evening. Welcome to Glasgow Airport. The time is 19:28 and we're just getting set up to depart from here and head south down to Paris Orly. So we'll be using beyond ATC AI air traffic. So we'll have to be talking to them, and we'll program the aircraft and set her up for departure. I have an online, an AI virtual co-pilot that's going to handle the radio frequencies for me, make things a little bit easier. So, first thing that we will do is we'll turn on the batteries and get the aircraft some power, and we will set up the flight management computer. So I will change the view here to the flight management computer so you can see what I'm doing. So EGPF is the airport code for Glasgow. That's our starting point. We're at gate number 33. I'll show you the outside view of the aircraft. So this is our bird here. It's a 737-600 variant, which is the shortest and least produced variant of the 737. So we will set the... Sorry, let me go back. So origin is EGPF. Our destination is LFPO, which is... Oh, sorry. LFPO, which is Paris Orly. Right. I don't know why it says data link fail. Maybe we need to turn on the APU. So I'll switch to the overhead and we'll turn on the auxiliary power unit. What we'll do while we're setting that up is we'll close the doors and we'll release the service vehicles. Okay, so the top part of the screen at the moment shows us from within the cockpit view. The rear part of the screen, which will stay the same, shows us on the left hand side our primary flight display, which isn't lit up right now because we've not got power to it. Let me just turn on the generators and we'll be sorted. So the other thing I'll do is I'll align the IRS and the displays will come alive. So let me go back to the flight management computer. So we'll request our flight plan, which is in here. Set the payload, set the fuel, and select the route. So it's requesting the flight plan, and in a moment it will receive the flight plan and ask us IRS position. So that's it set up. route. The route uplink is ready, so let's upload it. So what I can do here is I can show us, or show you, sorry, I'll open this little program, which is running on my iPad, so I don't need to see this. So import flight from SimBrief. So this is our flight here. We're going to take off from Glasgow, head down the south, down the west coast of England, cut across the Midlands, down over the Channel, arriving from the west of Paris and into Paris Orly. So I can show you just now this is the airport chart for where we are. We're at Glasgow. It has two runways, runway 5 and runway 23. Let me quickly get the weather. So it looks like the winds are from the east. So we'll be taking off towards the east, making a left turn, and then heading south. So I'll close this for now, and let me just get the frequencies for the ground control. Right, so ATIS is 129.580. So let me dial this in. 129.580. ATIS 129.580. Yeah, so that's dialed in. Okay, I just realized I forgot to start another little program. I forgot to start the ATC program, so let me start that.
Beyond ATC.
Juliet, 1837 Zulu, surface wind 070 degrees, 13 knots.
So the noise that you can hear there is from the auxiliary power unit, which is basically like a little jet engine in the tail, which we're running to provide electrical and hydraulic power to the aircraft right now.
060. Advise on initial contact you have information, Juliet.
Information, Juliet. So let's see what that
Glasgow
was.
Airport information, Juliet. 1837 Zulu, surface wind 070 degrees, 13 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. No clouds detected. Temperature 16 degrees. 2.06 degrees. QNH 1027. Landing and departing runway 05. Transition level 060. Advise on initial contact you have information, Juliet.
Okay, right. So we got the weather there.
Glasgow Airport
It's
information,
clear
Juliet.
skies.
1837 Zulu. Surface wind 070
1027.
degrees.
Let me
13 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. No
1027.
clouds detected. Temperature 16 degrees. 2.06 degrees.
So that's set.
QNH 1027.
So
Landing and
Glasgow
departing
ground
runway
frequency
05. Transition
is
level 060. Advise on initial contact you have information, Juliet.
121705. So let me dial that in.
Glasgow Airport information, Juliet. 1837 Zulu. Surface wind 070 degrees. 13 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers
121705.
or
Right, so we're set up there. Let's go back. So hang on, I'll go back to the flight management computer and we'll finish setting this up. So we're going to use runway 05 for takeoff. Activate. So our flight plan is for a Norbo 1 Juliet departure from runway 5. So I'll put that in a second. Right, departure runway 05, Norbo 1 Juliet, execute. And according to our flight plan, it's a Bob's 9 Echo onto 07 at Bob's 9 Echo, execute. So let's have a look at that. Right, that looks good. Performance initialization. Right, so that's the next thing that we need to do. And let's have a look at our performance tool. Okay. So the aircraft's calculated that V2 is 128, so we'll dial in 148 and we'll dial in 6,000, which was our initial altitude, and 048 into the heading. Alright, so our gross weight is 55 tons 403 kilos, so 55.4 gross weight. Planned fuel is 7.1 tons, of which 2 at least would be in reserve. Cost index is 77. Cruise altitude is 390. Average winds up there are 124 at 24. And we'll execute that. We'll do a full thrust takeoff. Flaps 5. Center of gravity. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show this. So V1 is 117, VR is 118, V2 is 128. So that's all good. So we're all set up for. We've loaded in our flight plan. So what we'll do is we'll go to our checklists and we'll run through the checklists. So landing gear is down, speed brakes are up, battery is on, standby power is on automatic, DC voltmeter is selected to battery. Let's go to the overhead. AC voltmeter is selected, standby power, master caution is disengaged. Electrical hydraulic pumps are off, fuel pumps are all off, interior lights are off, cabin and utility power is on, IFE seat pass power is on, ground power is disconnected because we're using the APU. Emergency lights are armed and covered. Seatbelt signs are on. External signs steady. Cockpit lights are off. And the flight management computer is set. Trims are set. The recirculation fans are set to auto. So I don't need to do that. Packs are on Autopilots are off. IRS selectors to nav. And you can see now that our primary flight display and navigational display have come alive. Right, let's continue down. So the APU is already running. Generator switches are on. Engine bleeds are on. Master caution is disengaged. Squawk is not, we don't have that yet, and altimeter is set. So what we'll do is we'll talk to Glasgow ground and we'll get our clearance. Glasgow ground, good evening. Skymark 737, Boeing 737, stand 33, ready for clearance to Paris.
November 736 Purple Mike, Glasgow ground. Expect runway 05, Normal 1 Juliet departure. Squawk 6264.
Expect runway 05, Normal 1 Juliet departure. Squawk 6264. Skymark 737.
November 736 Purple Mike, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wilco, Skymark 737. Right, so we got our clearance. We better set up our... So she gave us a squawk code of 6264. 6264. Alright. So let's continue with the checklist. So the flight management computer is programmed. Initial altitude is set. Runway heading is set. Elevator trims are set. Indicated airspeed and max speed is set. Yaw dampener is on. Yaw dampener is on. Fuel pumps are on. Window heat are on. Wing and antenna is not required. Hydraulic pumps are on. Flight altitude is set. Landing altitude is set. So flight altitude is 39,000. Landing altitude is 0. Flight directors are both on. LNAV and VNAV on. Auto brake is rejected takeoff. Radios are set. Ground connections are all disconnected and the doors are closed. Alright, so let's ask for push. Glasgow ground, Skymark 737, ready for push and start. Stand 33.
November 736 Purple Mike, Glasgow ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face southwest.
Push and start approved, face southwest, Skymark 737. Okay, so I'm gonna request the pushback here. So change the outside view. Okay, so let's run the before start checklist. The parking brake is set, but we're being pushed. Chocks are removed. Takeoff briefings reviewed. Packs are off. Anti-collision light is on. Transponder is off. Engine area is clear. Lower display unit is on the engines. Right. So engine start 1. Let's add the fuel. Press down the push. So we've got good start on 1. Engine 2 not want to start. Let's try again. Strange. Engine number 2 doesn't want to start. So let me go to the overhead. APU off. Okay. Packs are off. APU. Let's try again. Should start this time. Yeah, starting up. I had the air conditioning packs on, which were diverting the bleed air. So good start on 2. I can't remember if I asked for push and start. I did. Alright, cool. So let's run through the before taxi checklist. The generators will be on. Let's go to the overhead. So generators are on. APU is
Gemstone
off.
28 Golf Lemur. Taxi to ramp 18 Fire Bravo. Alpha Golf Lemur.
Taxi to ramp 18 Fire Bravo, Alpha Golf Lemur.
Tax
Gemstone 28 Golf
are
Lemur.
on. Isolation valve to auto. Probe heats are on. Flaps set for takeoff 5. Let's verify the trims. Flight controls are free and correct. So full back, check. Full forward, check. Full left, check. Full right, check. Full left rudder, check. Full right rudder, check. So master caution recoil checked. Taxi lights are on, and we'll request taxi clearance. Glasgow ground, Skymark 737 ready for taxi.
November 736 Purple Mike. Taxi to holding point Golf. Runway 05 via November. Golf.
Taxi runway 5 via November Golf, Skymark 737. Okay, so we're clear to taxi. So the brakes are off. So it's a beautiful sunny evening here in Glasgow. Should be a nice flight this evening. Just over an hour in the air. Okay, verified takeoff speeds 117, 118, 128. Tower on 118.805, Skymark 737, goodbye. So we'll taxi up to the holding point and run through the before takeoff checks. So we'll slow down and we'll apply the parking brake and run through the before takeoff check. So the parking brake is set, auto throttle is armed, center fuel pumps are on, anti-ice not required, cabin lights are on, flight instruments are checked, brake temperatures are good, nav equipment is checked, landing lights are on, runway turn-off lights are on, taxi lights are off, position lights are strobe and steady, transponder is on, and we'll start the clock. Glasgow Tower, good evening. Skymark 737 ready with you at runway 5.
November 736 Papa Mike, Glasgow Tower, wind 070 degrees, 13 knots, runway 05, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 5, Skymark 737. Alright, so we're cleared for departure, so we'll take a look to the left, make sure there's no landing traffic, looks clear. We'll release the parking brake, bring the throttles up. One last check down the runway line, nothing's coming. So, we're all lined up. Okay. Power set.
80 knots. V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Autos brake. Gear up. Okay, we're at 1,000 feet. We'll engage the autopilot.
36 Papa Mike, contact Scottish Control 127-4275.
Scottish Control on 127275. Skymark 737, goodbye. So, 25. Flaps 1. Scottish Control, good evening. Skymark 737, climbing 3000 for 6000.
November 736 Papa Mike, Scottish Control, identified, climb to flight level 120.
Climb flight level 120, Skymark 737. So we're clear to see 12,000. So we'll delete the restriction. So we're turning to the left, up towards the north. We'll see Loch Lomond in a moment, and we'll turn back parallel with the runway that we just departed, heading over towards like the Clyde estuary. So that's Loch Lomond, that's visible in the top left hand side of the screen. So we're at 6,000, we'll set standard pressure. There's the River Clyde. If we look over to the left, that's the runway down there in that middle, in the middle of the middle window. That's Glasgow to the left.
November 736 Papa Mike, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
Scottish Control on 119.875, Skymark 737. Goodbye. So 10,000 feet, landing lights are off, engine start switches are off, ignitions are off, and the seatbelt signs are off. Scottish Control, good afternoon. Skymark 737 with you, climbing 110 for 120.
November 736 Papa Mike, Scottish Control, radar contact, climb to flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Skymark 737. So that's us re-cleared to 25,000 feet. So let's move the map out a little bit.
DCS
told.
Speedbird 5 Tango. Contact London
After
Control
takeoff checklist,
118.775.
Center
Gear is
on
up.
118.775,
Auto
speedbird
brake
5 Tango.
is off. Engine start switches are off, gear levers off, flaps are up. Autopilot is on with LNAV and VNAV. Runway turn lights are off and the cabin lights are as required.
Easy 347 Alpha. Turn left. Heading 320. Vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 320, easy 347 Alpha.
Okay. So we're headed down towards Prestwick, where we'll be making another left turn, which will take us down towards the Lake District. Bit of a headwind on tonight's flight.
Good evening, Scottish Control. Easy 378 Juliet, descending via Gover 1 Echo, flight level 126.
Easy 378 Juliet. Scottish Control. Radar contact.
So, Prestwick Airport is down almost just under the nose right now.
Scottish Control, Ryanair 22 Delta Juliet descending via Grover 1 Echo, flight level 120.
Ryanair 22 Delta Juliet. Scottish Control. Identified. Logan 906. Turn right. Heading 005. Vectors for the approach. Expect further clearance in about 33 miles.
Turn right, heading 005, Logan 906.
Have a little look from outside view. That's the Isle of Arran in the back there. That's us leveling at 250. Are we going to get further clearance?
Scottish Control, Easy 827 Delta, flight level 380.
Logan 906. Contact Aberdeen approach 135.175.
Contact Aberdeen approach 135.175, Logan 906.
We may have to request it.
Easy 827 Delta. Scottish Control. Radar contact.
Scottish Control, Skymark 737, request climb 390. Scottish Control, Skymark 737, request 390. Fuck's sake.
Easy 347 Alpha. Descend to flight level 150.
Descend to flight level 150, Easy 347 Alpha.
Scottish Control, Skymark 737, request flight level 390.
November 736 Papa Mike. Confirm new altitude flight level 390.
Climb flight level 390, Skymark 737.
November 736 Papa Mike. I didn't get that. Say again confirmation.
Skymark 737 requesting a flight level 390.
November 736 Papa Mike. I didn't get that. Say again confirmation.
Wow. We must have the trainee controller. Skymark 737 request new flight level 390.
November 736 Papa Mike. I didn't get that. Say
Wow.
again confirmation.
Wow. Right, I'll just do this by text. AI is not very
Affirmative,
clever.
November 736 Papa Mike.
November 736 Papa Mike. Roger. Climb to flight level 390.
Oh, wow. Climb flight level 390, Skymark 737. Well, I have no idea what all that was about, but hey.
Easy 347 Alpha. Descend to flight level 130.
Descend to flight level 130, Easy 347 Alpha.
So that's the Solway Firth in front of us
Easy
now.
378 Juliet. Contact Edinburgh approach 128.98.
Contact Edinburgh approach 128.98, Easy 378 Juliet.
Ryanair 22 Delta Juliet. Contact London Control 118.775. Have a good evening.
Center on 118.775, Ryanair 22 Delta Juliet.
Scottish Control, Logan 69 Tango Foxtrot, descending by Devil 1 Echo, flight level 249er.
Logan 69 Tango Foxtrot. Scottish Control. Identified. Easy 347 Alpha. Turn right. Heading 020. Intercept the 05 localizer.
Turn right, heading 020, intercept the 05 localizer, Easy 347 Alpha.
November 736 Papa Mike. Contact London Control 118.775. November 736 Papa Mike. Contact London Control 118.775.
London Control on 118.775. Thank you. Skymark 737.
London Control, World Express 02507 Heavy, flight level 164.
World Express 02507 Heavy, London Control, good evening, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 340.
Continue climb to flight level 340, World Express 02507 Heavy.
Ryanair 32 Charlie Golf, contact London Control 118.475.
Contact London Control 118.475, Ryanair 32 Charlie Golf.
London Control, good evening. Skymark 737 with you, climbing 350 for 390.
November 736 Papa Mike, London Control, good evening, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 390.
Continue climb for Skymark 737.
Negative, continue climb to flight level 390.
Alright. Continue climb, flight level 390, Skymark 737.
Easy 87 Alpha Juliet, Midhurst 1 X-ray, runway 08 right. Report ready for descent.
Mid, Hurst 1 X-ray, runway 08 right, ready for descent, Easy 87 Alpha Juliet.
Easy 87 Alpha Juliet, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1021.
Descent to 4,000 feet, Easy 87 Alpha Juliet.
Logan 9 Lima Bravo, contact Scottish Control 119.875, bye-bye.
Centre on 119.875, Logan 9 Lima Bravo.
Ryanair 8 Bravo Yankee, axis 1 Mike, runway 05 right. Report ready for descent.
Axis 1 Mike, runway 05 right, ready for descent, Ryanair 8 Bravo Yankee.
Ryanair 8 Bravo Yankee, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1026.
Descent to 3,000 feet, Ryanair 8 Bravo Yankee.
Speedbird 5 Tango, London Control, expect Zurich 1 Hotel, runway 09 left.
Expect Zurich 1 Hotel, runway 09 left, Speedbird 5 Tango.
Ryanair 8 Bravo Yankee, contact Manchester approach 121.355.
Contact Manchester approach 121.355, Ryanair 8 Bravo Yankee.
Greenstone 19 Echo, contact Belfast approach 134.8.
Contact Belfast approach 134.8, Greenstone 19 Echo.
Lufthansa 2601, contact London Control 118.475.
Contact London Control 118.475, Lufthansa 2601.
So, less than 1,000 to level off at our cruising level of 39,000 feet.
Nordic 1349, contact Scottish Control 119.875, good day.
Contact Scottish Control 119.875, Nordic 1349.
World Express 02507 Heavy, London Control, expect Amped 2 Echo, runway 09.
Expect Amped 2 Echo, runway 09, World Express 02507 Heavy.
So that's just reached our cruising altitude of 39,000 feet. Aircraft will accelerate up to 0.803
London
Mach.
Control, quality 2 Delta India, flight level 250.
Quality 2 Delta India, London Control, identified.
Let's have a little look outside.
London Control, Neptune Tango Delta, flight level 159.
Neptune Tango Delta, London Control, identified. Continue climb to flight level 310.
Continue climb to flight level 310, Neptune Tango Delta.
Speedbird 5 Tango, Zurich 1 Hotel, runway 09 left. Report ready for descent.
Zurich 1 Hotel, runway 09 left, ready for descent, Speedbird 5 Tango.
Speedbird 5 Tango, descend to flight level 140.
Descend to flight level 140, Speedbird 5 Tango.
Speedbird 5 Tango, clear direct Zurich, cross Zurich at flight level 140. Resume own navigation.
Roger, heading direct Zurich, cross Zurich at flight level 140, then resume own navigation, Speedbird 5 Tango, thanks.
Quality 2 Delta India, descend to flight level 120.
Descend to flight level 120, quality 2 Delta India.
Quality 2 Delta India, contact Eastside approach 128.855.
Contact Eastside approach 128.855, quality 2 Delta India.
Ryanair 2393, contact London Control 118.475.
Center on 118.475, Ryanair 2393, good day.
Okay, so let's run through the cruise checks. The engine and instruments
World Express
are
02507 Heavy, Amplitude Echo,
all good.
runway 09er.
No warning.
Report ready for descent.
Lights, strobe and
Echo,
steady
runway
indicator
09
on.
ready for descent, World Express
Seven fuel pumps
02507
are off.
Heavy.
World Express 02507 Heavy, descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200, World Express 02507 Heavy.
Channel 48 Alpha, contact East Midlands approach 134.18.
Contact East Midlands approach 134.18, Channel 48 Alpha.
So we've got a ground speed of 425 knots. Our navigation is telling me that we've got 381 nautical
London
miles
Control,
per month.
Speedbird 9 November, good evening. Flight level 203.
Speedbird 9 November, London Control, good evening. Radar contact, climb to flight level 390.
Climb to flight level 390, Speedbird 9 November.
London Control, 90700-105 Echo 86, flight level 388. 90700-105 Echo 86, London Control, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 410. Continue climb to flight level 410, 90700-105 Echo 86.
So we're passing over Lancaster just now. And we're tracking down towards the east side of Preston. From there down just to the west of Manchester. Just to the east of Stoke. Over Birmingham.
Neptune Tango Delta, London Control. Expect amplitude echo, runway
Bognor
09.
Regis, which is where we'll
Expect amplitude echo,
cross over
runway
the
09, Neptune Tango Delta.
channel.
Freebird 554, contact London Control 118 decimal for 75.
Contact London Control 118 decimal for 75, Freebird 554.
So Blackpool is somewhere down. I think that's Blackpool there.
Ryanair 22 Delta Juliet, contact Edinburgh approach 128 decimal 98.
Contact Edinburgh approach 128.98, Ryanair 22 Delta Juliet.
Causeway 02 Foxtrot, contact Birmingham approach 131 decimal 005.
Contact Birmingham approach 131 decimal 005, Causeway 02 Foxtrot.
Starting to get towards the horizon off to our rear left. We're headed south.
London Control, Easy 7 for November Mike, flight level 162.
Speedbird 9 November, London Control, expect Zurich 1 Hotel, runway 09 left.
Expect Zurich 1 Hotel, runway 09 left, Speedbird 9 November.
Easy 7 4 November Mike, London Control, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 350.
Continue climb to flight level 350, Easy 7 for November Mike.
Iberexpos 1892, contact London Control 118 decimal for 75.
Contact London Control 118 decimal 475, Iberexpress 1892, bye-bye.
Easy 125 Echo, radar vectors, on at runway 07. Report ready for descent.
Radar vectors on the runway 07, ready for descent, Easy 125 Echo.
Easy 125 Echo, Aldergrove landing runway 07.
Aldergrove landing runway 07, Easy 125 Echo.
World map. Make it a little bit easier. So right now we're here just to the north of Manchester.
Neptune Tango Delta, amplitude Echo, runway 09. Report ready for descent.
Amplitude Echo, runway 09, ready for descent, Neptune Tango Delta.
So our route's going to take us down,
Neptune Tango
like I
Delta,
say, just
descend
to
to
the west
flight
of
level
Manchester,
200.
over
Descent to
Stoke,
flight level 200,
Birmingham,
Neptune Tango Delta.
just to the west of London, crossing the coast at Bognor Regis, a little bit of a turn over the channel, and we'll head down to a waypoint called Bobsa, which is just to the west, slightly southwest of Paris, and then we'll follow the Bobsa arrival and hopefully pick up runway 07 at Paris Orly. There's Manchester down there.
London Control, Ryanair 68 Whiskey Mike, flight level 263.
68 Whiskey Mike, London Control, identified. Climb to flight level 370.
Climb to flight level 370,
Liverpool
Ryanair
over there.
68 Whiskey Mike.
Speedbird 9 November, Zurich 1 Hotel, runway 09 left. Report ready for descent.
Zurich 1 Hotel, runway 09 left, ready for descent. Speedbird 9 November.
Speedbird 9 November, descend to flight level 140.
Descend to flight level 140, Speedbird 9 November.
World Express 3999 Heavy, contact East Midlands approach 134.18.
Contact East Midlands approach 134.18, World Express 3999 Heavy.
World Express 02507 Heavy, cross-noting at flight level 200, then descend to flight level 080.
Cross-making at flight level 200, then descend to flight level 080, World Express 02507 Heavy.
Galileo 5392, contact London Control 118.475.
Contact London Control 118.475, Galileo 5392, have a good evening.
Ryanair 686 Foxtrot, Adved 1 Alpha, runway 09er. Report ready for descent.
Adved 1 Alpha, runway 09er, ready for descent. Ryanair 686 Foxtrot.
I don't normally do this.
Ryanair
but
686 Foxtrot, descend to 3,500 feet, QNH 1020.
Descend to 3,500 feet. Ryanair 686 Foxtrot.
take a little look.
Ryanair
down
686
to
Foxtrot QNH 1020, expect the RNAV runway 09er.
down through the cabin.
QNH 1020, expect RNAV runway 09, Ryanair 686 Foxtrot.
Down to the rear galley.
Ryanair 686 Foxtrot, cleared direct
We can even
Adved,
go
cross
to the
Adved
pilot.
at above 3,500
Oh,
feet,
someone's
cleared
in.
RNAV runway 09er.
Keep
Someone's
direct
in.
Adved, cross Adved at above 3,500 feet. Cleared RNAV runway 09, Ryanair 686 Foxtrot.
Oh well.
Easy 74 November Mike, London Control, expect Ampis 1 Bravo, runway 15.
Expect Ampis
There's
1
our
Bravo,
handsome
runway
co-pilot.
15, Easy
Doesn't say
74
much.
November Mike.
He's handling the radio.
Easy 87 Alpha Juliet, contact London Control 118.475. Center on 118.475, Easy 87 Alpha Juliet. City Island 239, contact London Control 118.475. Centre on 118.475, City Island 239, good day. Easy 9 for Hotel Delta, contact London Control 118.475, good day.
Send on 118.475, Easy 9 for Hotel Delta, bye bye.
Easy 125 Echo, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
Send on 119.875, Easy 125 Echo.
Niner 7001005 Echo 86, contact London Control 118.475.
Contact London Control 118.475, Niner 7001005 Echo 86.
Flyer 93 Golf, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
Contact Scottish Control 119.875, Flyer 93 Golf. Bye-bye.
Easy 74 November Mike, Ampis 1 Bravo, runway 15. Report ready for descent.
Ampis 1 Bravo, runway 15, ready for descent. Easy 74 November Mike.
Easy 74 November Mike, descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200, Easy 74 November Mike.
Ryanair 42 Golf Golf, contact London Control 118.475.
Sent on 118.475, Ryanair 42 Golf Golf.
Ryanair 686 Foxtrot, contact Bristol Tower 133.85.
Liberty Tower 133.85, Ryanair 686 Foxtrot, have a good evening.
Neptune Tango Delta, cross-noking at flight level 200, then descend to flight level 080.
Cross-noking at flight level 200, then descend to flight level 080, Neptune Tango Delta.
Some beautiful colors in the sky. Just coming up on Birmingham. That's Birmingham down there. There's Birmingham Airport right on the end of the nose.
Express 02507 Heavy, contact East Midlands, approach 134.18.
Contact East Midlands, approach 134.18, World Express 02507 Heavy.
Eurowings 95 Papa, contact London Control 118.475.
Center on 118.475, Eurowings 95 Papa, good day.
KLM 69 Foxtrot, London Control, expect Baxo Tree Romeo, runway 10 left.
Expect Baxo Tree Romeo, runway 10 left, KLM 69 Foxtrot.
KLM 69 Foxtrot, Baxo Tree Romeo, runway 10 left. Report ready for descent.
Baxo Tree Romeo, runway 10 left, ready for descent, KLM 69 Foxtrot.
KLM 69 Foxtrot, descend to flight level 180.
Descend to flight level 180, KLM 69 Foxtrot.
Ryanair 54 Alpha Tango, contact Manchester, approach 121.355.
Contact Manchester, approach 121.355, Ryanair 54 Alpha Tango.
Easy 264 Bravo, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
Contact Scottish Control 119.875, Easy 264 Bravo, have a good evening.
So we've got 433 knots across the ground, which is around
Edge
about
Golf Golf,
500
London
miles
Control,
per hour.
expect Badger 1 Charlie, runway 12.
Expect Badger 1 Charlie, runway 12, Edge Golf Golf.
Edge Golf Golf, turn right, heading 085, climb to flight level 180.
Turn right, heading 085, climb to flight level 180, Edge Golf Golf.
Discover 88 Papa, contact London Control 118.475, good day.
Center on 118.475, discover 88 Papa.
Edge Golf Golf, Barger 1 Charlie, runway 12. Report ready for descent.
Badger 1 Charlie, runway 12, ready for descent, Edge Golf Golf.
Edge Golf Golf, descend to 2,200 feet, QNH 1020.
Descend to 2,200 feet, Edge Golf Golf.
Flyer 221, London Control, expect Battery Tree Romeo, runway 10 left.
Expect Battery Tree Romeo, runway 10 left, flyer 221.
Edge Golf Golf, contact Cardiff approach 125.855.
Contact Cardiff approach 125.855, Edge Golf Golf.
Speedbird 5 Tango, contact London Control 118.475.
Sent on 118.475, Speedbird 5 Tango.
Easy 74 November Mike, cross-noking at flight level 200, then descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1024.
Cross-noking at flight level 200, then descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1024, Easy 74 November Mike.
November 736 Papa Mike, contact London Control 118.475.
Oh, I think that was us and I missed it. So let's hope he calls back. He was giving us a change of frequency.
November 736 Papa Mike, contact London Control 118.475.
London Control 118.475, Skymark 737. Might have got that wrong. It's not taking it anyway.
November 736 Papa Mike, London Control.
London Control, go ahead, Skymark 737. Some issues with the AI ATC by the sounds of things.
London Control, City Island 536, flight level 273.
City Island 536, London Control, good evening, identified. Continue climb to flight level 340.
Continue climb to flight level 340, City Island 536.
London Control, November 736 Papa Mike, flight level 390.
So I got the virtual co-pilot to talk for me there.
November 736 Papa Mike, London Control, radar contact.
Alright, so London Control has us. We're
Ryanair
just to the
42
north of
Golf Golf,
Oxford.
Chevrolet 7 Alpha, runway 06. Report ready for descent.
Chevrolet 7 Alpha, runway 06, ready for descent. Ryanair 42 Golf Golf.
Ryanair 42 Golf Golf, descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1022.
Descend to 8,000 feet, Ryanair 42 Golf Golf.
Alpine 7076, London Control, expect Adved 1 Alpha, runway 09er.
Expect Adved 1 Alpha, runway 09er, Alpine 7076.
Alpine 7076, Adved 1 Alpha, runway 09er. Report ready for descent.
Adved 1 Alpha, runway 09er, ready for descent, Alpine 7076.
Alpine 7076, descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Descend to 8,000 feet, Alpine 7076.
Alpine 7076 QN H1020, expect the RNAV runway 09er.
QNH 1020, expect the RNAV runway 09er, Alpine 7076.
Speedbird 5 Tango, cross Zurich at flight level 140, then descend to flight level 070.
Cross Zurich at flight level 140, then descend to flight level 070, Speedbird 5 Tango.
Ryanair 25 Kilo Golf, London Control, expect ETSIS 1 Juliet, runway 07.
Expect ETSIS 1 Juliet, runway 07, Ryanair 25 Kilo Golf.
So we're just coming up on Didcot. And we're going to pass just to the west of Reading, London, over Basingstoke, and as I say, down towards Bognor Regis, where we'll head out over the channel. I can see the Isle of Wight.
London Control, Ryanair 68 Whiskey Mike, flight level 369er.
Ryanair 68 Whiskey Mike, London Control, radar contact.
Start to get dark. Sun's below the horizon now. See if we can see Heathrow. There's Heathrow there. Just over the top of the fuselage. This area here.
London Control, Ryanair 14 Yankee Charlie, good evening, flight level 370.
Ryanair 14 Yankee Charlie, London Control, identified.
So just over 200 miles to run. We've got a ground speed of 439 knots. Been a headwind the whole way. Not massive, but enough to take a little bit off our top speed.
Neptune 905, contact London Control 118.775.
Contact London Control 118.775, Neptune 905.
East.
Easy 87 Alpha Juliet, contact Gatwick approach 129.025.
Contact Gatwick approach 129.025, Easy 87 Alpha Juliet.
KLM 1016, London Control, expect Pezza Tree Alpha, runway 06.
Expect Passer 3 Alpha, runway 06, KLM 1016.
KLM 1016, Pezza Tree Alpha, runway 06. Report ready for descent.
Passer 3 Alpha, runway 06, ready for descent, KLM 1016.
KLM 1016, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1026.
Descend to 7,000 feet, KLM 1016.
KLM 1016, contact ATC operational information, approach 131.355.
Contact ATC operational information, approach 131.355, KLM 1016.
Ryanair 25 Kilo Golf. Contact London Control 118.775.
Sent on 118.775, Ryanair 25 Kilo Golf.
So we're
Alpine 7076.
coming up on the
Contact
south
Bristol
coast of
Tower
England.
133.85.
Over to Tower 133.85, Alpine 7076.
Might be able to see Gatwick now. Let's have a look. There's Gatwick there.
Speedbird 326. Contact De Gaulle approach 133.38.
Contact De Gaulle approach 133.38, speedbird 326.
Echo 86. Contact Paris Control 126.475.
Center on 126.475, Niner 700-105 Echo 86. Have a good evening.
So it's not many days, evenings or whatever that you can fly the length of the United Kingdom and see the ground the whole way.
Charlie. Contact Brest Control 120.15. Bye-bye.
Shaping to be a nice
Contact
day
Brest
again
Control
tomorrow.
120.15, Rhino 14 Yankee Charlie.
Speedbird 5 Tango. Contact Heathrow approach 134.98.
Contact Heathrow approach 134.98, Speedbird 5 Tango.
London Control, Ryanair 58 X-ray November, flight level 370.
Ryanair 58 X-ray November. London Control. Radar contact.
So in just over 6 miles we'll be making a slight left turn at the Goodwood
London
VOR.
Control, speedbird 9 November, descending via Zurich 1 Hotel, flight level 140.
And that's going to take us out to a
Speedbird 9
waypoint
November.
that's
London Control. Identified.
over the water in the English
London
Channel,
Control,
where we'll make
Speedbird
a
858 Victor, flight level 370.
right turn and
Speedbird
head down
858
towards
Victor.
Paris.
London Control. Identified.
Top of descent is 113 nautical miles, as calculated by VNAV, but I've got a funny feeling that ATC will descend us before then. So that's us turning at Goodwood.
London Control, Ryanair 37 November, descending via Velo 1 Bravo, flight level 370.
Ryanair 37 November. London Control. Radar contact. Speedbird 12 Tango, London Control. Expect Exes 1 Juliet, runway 07.
Expect at Cs 1 Juliet, runway 07, Speedbird 12 Tango.
239, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
Centre on 119.875, City Island 239.
Ryanair 58 X-ray November, contact Brest Control 124.725, bye-bye.
Contact Brest Control 124.725, Ryanair 58 X-ray November.
Speedbird 858 Victor, contact Brussels Control 125.0, have a good evening.
Contact Brussels Control 125.0, Speedbird 858 Victor.
Ryanair 42 Golf Golf, contact Amsterdam radar 119.175.
Centre on 119.175, Ryanair 42 Golf Golf.
November 736 Papa Mike, London Control, expect Bobsa 9 Echo, runway 06.
Okay, so they gave us I didn't hear what she said.
November 736 Papa Mike, London Control, expect Bobsa 9 Echo, runway 06.
Expect Bobsa 9 Echo for runway 6. Skymark 737. So she's given us a different runway. ILS 6 Bobs 9 Echo. Next.
Eurowings 95 Papa, contact Amsterdam radar 119.175. Good day.
Center 1119.175, Eurowings 95 Papa.
Speedbird 12 Tango, X's 1 Juliet, runway 07. Report ready for descent.
SC 1 Juliet, runway 07, ready for descent, Speedbird 12 Tango.
Speedbird 12 Tango, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1030.
Descend to 9,000 feet, Speedbird 12 Tango.
Speedbird 9 November, cross Zurich at flight level 140, then descend to flight level 070.
Cross Zurich at flight level 140, then descend to flight level 070, Speedbird 9 November.
Speedbird 12 Tango, contact London Control 118.775.
Send on 118.775, Speedbird 12 Tango.
Okay, so I was just setting up the flight management computer there for an arrival into runway 6. We're still following the same arrival path, which will take us down to the west of Paris and then make a left turn back up.
November 736 Papa Mike, Bobsonina Echo, runway 06. Report ready for descent.
Roger, Skymark 737. So, we're ready for descent in about 40 nautical miles.
November 736 Papa Mike, Bobsonina Echo, runway 06. Verify ready for descent.
Bob's 9 Echo for runway 6 will call when ready for descent, Skymark 737. She's going to start descending us now, I think.
November 736 Papa Mike, contact Paris Control 119.825.
119.825. Paris Control on 119.825. Thank you, Skymark 737. Good night. Okay, so there's France in front of us. Let's check in with Paris Control. Paris Control, good evening. Skymark 737 with you, flight level 390.
November 736 Papa Mike, Paris Control, identifié.
So he's got us. Request the descent winds from the flight management computer. This will help us calculate a nice descent path. So that's in and executed. We've got 35 miles to the top of descent. Lighten up in the cockpit.
November 736 Papa Mike, descend to flight level 130.
So that's him told us to descend to 130. So we'll dial in 130 in the SCP. Descend 130, Skymark 737. Starting to get a little choppy. So let's run the descent checks. DI is not required, land and altitude is checked. Let's have a look. So Orly, elevation is 291 feet or 89 meters. Let's check the weather. Winds are from the east at 14 knots. It's clear, 19 degrees, dew point 3. Altimeter is 1018. So we'll provisionally dial that in. Recall is checked. Auto brake is set.
Paris Control, Speedbird 73 November Alpha, flight level 239.
Speedbird 73 November Alpha, Paris Control, good evening, identifié. Continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, Speedbird 73 November Alpha.
Speedbird 73 November Alpha, contact Paris Control 126 decimal 475.
Contact Paris Control 126 decimal 475, Speedbird 73 November Alpha.
Okay, so we're gonna intervene with the descent rate because we're descending quite shallow there. We want to be at 13,000 at waypoint Benar according to the arrival.
Good evening, Paris Control, Ryanair 37 November, descending via Velo 1 Bravo, flight level 145.
Ryanair 37 November, Paris Control, radar contact.
So let's have a look at the charts. Approach charts for 06. So Cat 1 minimum is 483 feet, which is Banner, map speed 28.
Ryanair 37 November. Descend to flight level 120.
Descend to flight level 120, Ryanair 37 November.
That's Paris off to the left in the distance.
November 736 Papa Mike. Cross Bernard at flight level 130. Then descend to flight level 120.
Cross Bernard at 130, then descend 120 for Skymark 737.
Ryanair 37 November. Cross OB 101 at flight level 120. Then descend to flight level 0 Nini 0.
Cross Hop 101 at flight level 120, then descend to flight level 090, Ryanair 37 November.
So we're just going to shallow our descent a little bit so we can bleed some speed off. We've got 10 miles to run to Bernard, we've got 4,000 feet to lose.
Uniform. Contact Paris Control 125.7. Bye.
Center on 125.7 tops with 78 Alpha Uniform.
Ryanair 37 November. Cross OB 102 at flight level 0 Nini 0. Then descend to flight level 070.
Cross Op 102 at flight level 090, then descend to flight level 070, Ryanair 37 November.
Bernard. So we'll continue down to 12,000 as advised by ATC.
Easy 38 Kilo Zulu. Contact Paris Control 125.7. Good day.
Center on 125.7 Easy 38 Kilo Zulu. Have a good evening.
Ryanair 37 November. Contact Beauvais Information, approach 11 Nini decimal 8.
Contact Bovise information approach 119.8 Ryanair 37 November.
So that's us at 12,000. Seatbelt signs are on.
November 7 3 Papa Mike. Contact Paris Control 125.7.
Paris on 125.7. Thank you, Skymark 737. Good night. Paris Control, Skymark 737 with you, 120.
November 736 Papa Mike, Paris Control, radar contact. November 736 Papa Mike, contact Orly approach 123.875.
Contact Orly approach on 123.875. Good night, Skymark 737. Orly approach, Skymark 737 with you, 120.
November 736 Papa Mike, Orly approach, QNH 1018, expect the ELS runway 06 with the node in 1 alpha transition.
QNH 1018, expect runway 06, Skymark 737.
November 736 Papa Mike, descend to flight level 100.
Descend flight level 100, Skymark 737.
Orly approach, France Solo 40 Hotel Papa. Good evening, flight level 131 near Foxtrot.
Vueling 2845, contact Orly Tower 118.7.
Over to Tower 118.7, Vueling 2845.
France Soleil 40 Hotel Papa Orly approach, QNH 1018 expect the ILS runway 06 with the Modelin 1 Eco transition.
QNH 1018 expect the ILS runway 06 with the Modelin 1 Echo transition, France Soleil 40 Hotel Papa.
So we're coming up on 10,000. So landing lights are on. Let's run the approach checks. So altimeters are checked. We're still at standard pressure, but it's 1018. Local air frequency is dialed in. We have 108.5 on both sides. The approach course is armed. Landing gear is still up. Flaps will run a little bit closer in, so we'll hold the checklist just now.
November 7 3 Papa Mike, clear the direct Odilo, cross Odilo at or above flight level 100, clear the ILS runway 06.
So we'll bring in the speed brakes because we picked up a little bit of speed there. I'm going to disconnect the auto.
November 7 3 Papa Mike, clear the direct Odilo, cross Odilo at or above flight level 100, clear the ILS runway 06.
Clear to Odilo, cross at flight level 100, Skymark 737.
Soleil 93 Whiskey Bravo, contact Orly Tower 118.7, have a good evening.
Over to Tower 118.7, France Soleil 93 Whiskey Bravo, bye bye.
Got the speed brake in, trying to keep the speed down as we descend towards the final approach fix.
Soleil 40 Hotel Papa, turn right, Edin 330, climb 242 feet, QNH 1018. Expect Sûreté clearance in about 1 miles.
Turn right, heading 330, climb to 4,000 feet, QNH 1018, France Soleil 40 Hotel Papa.
I think they would have us fly the full approach or the full arrival, but hey ho. So we're just under 8 miles to the final approach fix. There'll be a right turn headed for runway 06. Approach procedure is to climb straight ahead towards PO 411, max 2,000 feet, and then climb to 4,000, Malva 7,000 enter the hole. So hopefully we don't need to do that. Runway 06 is the most northerly of the two east-facing runways. It's 11,975 feet long.
40 Hotel Papa, turn left, heading 260, intercept the 06 localisé.
Turn left, heading 260, intercept 06, localizer, France Soleil 40 Hotel Papa.
Okay, so I think we have the runway in sight. Glide is alive. Set flaps 5. Got 11 miles to run. Flaps 15.
November 7 3 Papa Mike, contact Orly Tower 118.7.
118.7, Skymark 737. Orly Tower, Skymark 737 with you on final runway 06.
2500.
November 736 Papa Mike, Orly Tower, wind 080 degrees, 14 knots, runway 06 cleared to land.
Clear to land, Skymark 737. Okay, clear to land. Gears coming down.
November 736 Papa Mike, cleared to land runway 06.
So VREF is 124. So we want to aim for 129. Flaps 15, flaps 30.
No. November 736 Papa Mike, cleared to land runway 06.
Clear to land, runway 06, Skymark 737. I thought she'd heard that. Spoilers are armed.
Malta Cat 651 holding short, runway 07.
Malta Cat 651, Orly Tower, wind 080 degrees, 14 knots, runway 07, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 07 cleared for takeoff, Malta Cat 651.
.40-knot headwind, that's mental. We've got a ground speed of 95 knots. That's insane. That wind drops, we're gonna stall. 92 knots on final. I've never seen that low on at 2,000 feet in a Boeing 737.
Cat 651. Contact Orly departure 127.75.
Contact Orly departure 127.75 Malta Cat 651.
1,000.
Okay, 1,000 feet. Autopilot is disconnected.
Airspeed low. Approaching minimums. 300. Minimums. 'Sink rate. 50. 30, 20, 10.
November 736 Papa Mike. Exit next available taxiway.
So we're going to take the next one.
November 736 Papa Mike, Orly Tower.
Right. So let's turn off the auto brakes. Next taxiway is coming up. Landing lights are off. Strobe lights are off.
November 736 Papa Mike. Contact ground 121.705. Good day.
Ground on 121.705. Good night. Oh shit, forgot to say my call sign. Oh, took it. Right, I'm not going to talk to ATC anymore. I'm just going to try and find a gate and park. Let's go this way. won't stand, but I don't care. There we are. Park and brake set. So APU is on. Engine start switches are off. Taxi light is off. Logo lights off. Right. Let's get ready to shut down. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna shut down anyway, so engines 1 and 2 shut down. Right, so let's go to the overhead. APU is just starting up. And once it starts,
France Soleil 40 Hotel Papa, taxi to stand 18 via Whiskey 43 Delta, Lima Sierra, Whiskey.
Taxi to stand 18 via Whiskey 43 Delta, Lima Sierra, Whiskey, France Soleil 40 Hotel Papa.
okay. So ground, let's set the chocks. Let's request all the service vehicles. Let's have a look. See if they appear. Should have cleaned up the wing and stuff, but hey ho. We've got no hydraulic power now to do that, but so here come all the vehicles. So I'll turn the beacon off. Nav lights off, and let's turn the battery off. So that's it, folks. Glasgow to Paris. The 737-600. Bonsoir.